Yeah, that boy Treezy. Good evening, YouTube. Bringing you Battlefield 3, my second episode of Bale. This was just going to be a little quick one that I found. This is my last lot of footage, by the way, that I've got out of my massive backlog. In part because I deleted a lot of it because I just couldn't be arsed watching it all. I've just got, you know what I mean. I'm such a busy guy as per usual. Never getting as much gaming time in as I'd like to. So I just thought, fuck it, delete it all. But I still had this bit, these couple of files from a Monday afternoon with the main man Dazzler and his friend Duke. And unfortunately his mate was on the opposite team and he was screaming in this match, man. He was getting well pissed off because his team just got shit on. Part of the reason why I just thought, fuck it, I'm putting the whole match in, because the whole match for their team was a fail. As you can see here, you know what I mean, the match has just started. The first tank got designated, one javelin, gone, double kill. Same with that tank, bam, double kill. That's two, you know, that's the key vehicles out of the game straight away. Obviously they're going to respawn and that, but, you know what I mean, they respawn, and then both the tanks get jacked, so they don't even have tanks to mess with. I mean, oh come on, you've got to grow some balls sometimes. Like, you can't be giving away your tanks. I mean, you'll never. It's very rare I get my vehicle kind of jacked off me. I either go down with the ship, or I don't bail it until like its health's on like teeth skin. You know what I mean? These guys here, right, I'm running towards this tank, I don't know why, and I'm thinking, shit, I'm a goner. Hold on a minute. Woo! Free tank. One of them was a sniper, one of them was a support guy. Like, what the fuck? This guy had C4 on him. You know what I mean, he must have hit the panic button. I don't know why he put C4 out in front of himself right there, but yeah. That's how we do it. I mean, my team was just strong in this game. I mean, aggressive, man. We had a good pilot. He had laser painter on with guided missiles, and that's a good combo to have in the chopper. So obviously, as you can see anyway, targets are getting designated all the time. He was doing his thing in the sky. Their chopper wasn't saying anything. You know what I mean? And mans are rolling around in the Amtrak, like we're just you know what I mean, racing laps and shit, setting times. I mean, we were buzzing. LAV was out nice and peacefully. I was just squadding up with Daz here because we wasn't in the same squad at the time, and you know what I mean. It was just a really good, quick, efficient match. And yeah, but another part of the reason why I put the whole video up was because I just wanted to say a few things about the update. I'm not entirely sure when the update is actually, you know, going to be applied, but I doubt that I'll have any more footage to, you know, use and upload whatever before the update's applied. I mean, this is my last lot of, well, kind of old school footage, I guess I could call it. Excuse me. So, I mean, I've got, you know, usual shit at work, loads of hours, not a lot of time. And, you know, I've been playing Battlefield recently and not really recording much, because when I do record, I like to try and watch, you know, the recording straight away, as soon as I can, you know what I mean, keep it fresh, so I know what good bits are and all that shit. And I know that I will be able to do that, and it's quite time consuming, you know what I mean, you know how it gets. So, I've also got Syndicate to play and eventually do a review for TrueAchievements.com. So that's going to be a bit of a time killer this week, in between like the heavy number of hours I've got. So that game best not be a fucking pile of shit. And as you can see right there, the random in my tank, he knew what the score was. We just, you know what I mean, they just bailed the tank, they just left the tank in the open. I was going to jack it myself, realised my guy got out of the tank as well. Fuck it, let him have it. I'll get back in mine. Both the tanks are gone. So now for the rest of this match, until we die in these tanks or whatever, till these tanks are destroyed, they ain't gonna respawn in their spawn. What are these guys thinking? You know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, so I got this game to play. You know, and then just usual shit of life. You know how it gets. But yeah, with this update, I mean, there was a few things that, you know, caught my eye. I mean, most of the fixes look good. There's some really good improvements they're making to the players, you know, characters themselves, movement-wise. One good one was that they're going to reduce the amount of time that the screen's black for when after you get revived, because, you know, it's a bit of a killer that sometimes you get revived and then you know you're going to get revived, so you're hammering the button to try and stand up and move off, and it's like, you know, almost 3 seconds that you just can't do anything, and it's horrible. I was playing Operation Metro with Dazzler. He'd just gone a little bit out of cover because obviously he was shooting someone and he got killed, and I revived him, and they were kind of killing him. They weren't killing him fast enough each time he got revived. Sometimes you revive someone, and if they get killed like quick enough, they're just flat out dead. They're unrevivable type thing, which is another thing that they're apparently fixing in this update. But anyway, and I must have revived him like 6 times, and it was like he'd revive, try and get up, die, revive. You know what I mean? It was just this cycle. It was one of them like you kind of had to see to really appreciate how funny it was. But I was in tears, laughing, man. It was crazy. And his name must have popped up about 4 or 5 times, saying that he'd been killed by the same guy. I mean, he wouldn't have got that amount of deaths for it, obviously, because he was getting revived. But I just thought, fuck it, I might as well keep trying. I was getting points for it, obviously, and then I think eventually he did, you know, manage to get in cover. But yeah, that's another thing that they're addressing. And another one, kind of a bit shit for me and the boys, because we like to designate vehicles, especially choppers, and then, you know, just aim, fire, you know, javelin rocket flies away. Where's your chopper gone? But now they're making the javelin missiles will be able to be knocked off by flares, which is something that doesn't happen now. For the dummies out there, basically, if you're in a chopper and someone fires a javelin at you, you're dead. It don't matter if you've got flares, all that shit, you know what I mean, you're dead. It does miss on the rare occasion. That was a beautiful kill there on that little bird. I don't know what those guys are thinking. But yeah, that's another thing that they're going to be fixing. So that's kind of a party pooper for me and the boys. I mean, you know, but on the upside, I guess, for people who prefer to use stingers, or just use stingers anyway, well, according to the list, stingers will be able to disable aircraft with 1 hit. Now, that did have me thinking, like, if it's going to disable the chopper in 1 hit, will the chopper's health be... Will the chopper like be hit once and its health will drop that low that it'll be disabled? Because right now the chopper can fly around and operate and only get disabled at around, I think it's 33%, 34%. You get my drift. So, and it used to be I think about 50%, maybe just above, that it'd get disabled. Are they taking it back to that level? You know what I'm saying? Or is it going to be a case of the stinger is an exclusive weapon to disable the chopper? Let's say you get hit by something else, you know, like a heavy machine gun. Will the heavy machine gun disable the chopper at the same health that a stinger would? You know what I mean? I don't really get how they're going to work that one. But at the same time, stingers, the range of a stinger is, I quote, significantly lower, unquote. Which I guess is good because, you know, people can't take the piss with the stingers and just dominate the entire sky by just standing in the middle of nowhere. it's boring. You know what I mean? It ain't that much of a problem for experienced pilots, because you know what I mean. Flares, and even if you're still getting locked onto, switch the seat, flares again. You know what I mean? But you know that's good in a way. Um, you know, there's a lot of weapon accessory changes and all that kind of shit. Tanks apparently take one hit less now from other tanks, and I don't really know about that one either. Um, you know, there's a lot of shit going down in the update. I mean, if I really wanted to break it down and talk about everything, um, people would just be bored to fuck. I'd have to make like a good video that'd last like an hour or something. I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? You can find the list yourself on the internet. You can find it on True Achievements. Click Battlefield. It's in the related news items. You can find it on Battlefield's website themselves through Battlelog, whatever. You know what I mean? Have a look. I mean, most people would have looked at it already right now, who are genuinely interested. It's a pretty hefty list, so it's a mega thing to talk about. But you know, I am pretty much out of time now. So I mean, yeah, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Um, I hope you enjoyed my ranting and raving. And it could be a couple of weeks until I really get something uploaded again. So until then, take care. See you later.